Winston Gold announced a test run of the Paradigm Mill facility, and it has yielded promising results. So with me is Murray Nye, the CEO, also director of Winston Gold. Welcome, Murray, and this sounds very promising.
Hi, Jane. Thanks very much for having me on again. Yeah, it is promising. We've, we hope to have this mill running in January. We've had some. It's been problematic because the mill has been sitting idle for probably 15 years. So we've had some issues with it. Nothing really serious. There, one thing in particular that took quite a while was to fix was the main pinion bearing in the mill. We got that repaired, and then all back together again. And since then, in the last couple of weeks, we've been testing it. And one of we reconfigured some of what they call flotation cells. This is what they call a gravity flotation mill. Part of the recovery of the gold and silver comes on what they call a gravity circuit, and the balance comes on what they call a flotation circuit. So we have in this mill 3 banks of flotation cells to improve the recovery. So in doing our testing, we're running some really low grade stuff because we didn't want to put anything good into the tailings pond, but we ran the low grade and we got the recoveries up on the last run up to 85%. So we're really kind of excited about that because the recoveries were running in around the 60%, and on the last run it was 85. We still have one more bank of flotation cells to they're installed. They just have to be hooked up. There's some electrical components that needed to be installed. They're going to be installed probably in the next few days. So we'll have the mill completely back together again, and we hope that can bring the recoveries into the 90% range.
Wow. So when I read the press release, you talked about improvements that were made. So that's what you're referring to there, some of the things that were needed to get it fully operational?
Yeah, it's fully operational. Yes. When we started up on the next rotation, we're just finishing up the last bit of installing. When I say installing, we're putting those electrical components into the flotation cells to make them work correctly. But all the other improvements have been done. So I think it's good to go. At least I'm hoping so. We don't have any more issues, but that should happen probably in a week or so.
Okay. Now this Paradigm facility will be developed into what exactly?
Well, it's the mill that processes the material we mine. So it's rated at 150 tons a day. So what we're trying to do initially is feed that mill with 150 tons a day of gold bearing material. That will produce XYZ number of ounces of gold and XYZ number of ounces of silver. So we'll be monitoring what they call the head grade. That's the material going into the mill. And then what you do is you monitor what's coming out the tail end or the tailings, and the difference between the head grade and the tailings gives you your recovery rate. So we're hoping to get the recoveries up around 90%, Jane.
So you recently formed a joint venture as well with Bond Resources. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, there's a property. We did a JV on a property that's basically almost right behind the mill. It's just a few miles away as the crow flies. Some pretty decent roads up there. The property owners, we've been talking to them for the past couple of years. We were able to make a deal on the property. We decided to split called the exploration costs on this between 2 companies, Bond and Winston, just basically to lower the risk because it is expensive exploring. What the nice thing about it is so close to the mill. If we do get some satisfactory results, it looks like a pretty easy property that we could start mining right away and start augmenting the feed to that mill from a property that's very, very close. So yeah, we're kind of excited about that. The drill should start turning on that. When I say drill, it's a diamond drill. It's going to drill below the old historic workings on one part and a new area that we've discovered just a couple hundred yards away on another structure. So we're going to drill 2 different structures, and based on that, we're going to then make a decision to increase the exploration budget and then hopefully do some mining on it very quickly.
Mm-hmm. And what about the ore stockpile?
Yeah, we've got about, we had a business meeting this morning, but we've got about I'd say about 3,000 tons at the mill, sitting there ready to put through that mill at the mill site. It's 26 miles away from the mine site, just so you have an idea of the distance. And I think we've got over 1,000 tons here at the mine, probably maybe even 1,500. We're just going to do a survey on that. So we've got a stockpile in the 4,000 to 5,000 ton range, which will be lots of mill feed for the next month or so.
Mm-hmm. And then if you could just give me kind of a big picture of like, where you're at with the company, where you're going, the gold market in general, just kind of an overview, a macro view of where things are.
Yeah, thanks, Jane. What we're trying to do here initially is we're trying to get to, say, a cash flow positive number. And, I think that's a very important goal for us on the near term to hit. And so I think the development that we're seeing at the mine, we've got about 4,000 tons earmarked to come out of there probably before the end of July. We've got 4,000 tons, almost 5,000 tons sitting on the ground right now, which is suitable mill feed. And then we're doing some other underground development, getting into a position where we can mine below where we're mining now. And we should be hitting that area probably mid-August or sooner, hopefully. And that will get us into a whole new mining area that we can develop tons there as well. So, I think we're looking really good here. We've got the development done to take out some significant tons, and we're adding to that as we get this decline lower.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Murray. Great to see you again, and best of luck.
Thank you. Yeah, nice being with you again. Thanks very much.